first guest. His name is George Simion. He is the leader of the opposition in Romania.
Next to me, I have George Simion, the founder and president of the conservative party called the Alliance for the Union of Romania.
Joined with George, who's the opposition leader of Romania.
Dragi prieteni, vă salut la un nou episod din canalul nostru de YouTube, din vlogul nostru. Nu uitați să vă abonați. Vă salut din Washington, DC. Sunt cu Ionel Roiban aici, care conduce Românii Republicani. Mergem să ne înregistrăm la conferință. Am ajuns la SIPEC, la conferința cea mai mare a republicanilor din state. O să fiu aici pe parcursul următoarelor 3 zile. Avem și o conferință de presă imediat. Fiți alături de noi. O să vă filmez cât mai multe din lucrurile pe care le facem pe parcursul acestei zile. Bună ziua, dragi prieteni! Bine v-am găsit la conferința noastră de presă organizată aici, la SIPEC, în Washington, DC. Ceea ce se întâmplă acasă este inimaginabil, este un atac asupra democrației, calcă în picioare Constituția. Nu este suficient că s-au gândit să facă haos, să facă dezmăț, să dea foc la țară de 4 luni în cazul alegerilor primarilor. Acum vor să mai facă ceva de frica aur, vor efectiv să aducă alegerile prezidențiale cu 3 luni în față. Klaus Iohannis i-a chemat la raport, le-a dat direcțiile, le-a dat solicitările pe care le-a avut și PSD-ul și PNL-ul, aceste anexe ale lui Klaus Iohannis, pur și simplu au executat. Oricum vom câștiga aceste alegeri. Fiți alături de noi, vă salutăm de aici, de la colegii noștri, partenerii noștri republicanii din Statele Unite, care luptă pentru aceleași valori ca și noi.
Tell us a little bit about the political situation in Romania and the role that you're playing in trying to make sure that it remains part of the free world.
I'm 47 years old. I'm the youngest political president of a party. I created this Christian pro-value movement 4 years ago. We are with the people. We are a patriotic folk. We are nationalists. Yep. And we want to put our country first, like Mr. Trump here wants to put America first. We are the only conservative, sovereignist, patriotic political force in Romania, fighting the globalist, the liberal media who is trying to actually to copy like parrots what they see in Brussels, what they see in Washington, what they see at our allies. They don't decide for themselves, for our country. They just repeat what the orders from Washington or from Brussels are coming. Try to oppose the people who try to steal our freedom in Romania and in Europe.
You were the one who started the test against the politics of the European Union based on virus.
But for the first time, the scientific community was divided. There was no singular opinion. There were more opinions. Some were saying it's good to get vaccinated. Other doctors said it's experimental and people shouldn't do this. We had many protests against COVID. We didn't have the green certificate at work in Romania. Only 30 to 35% of the Romanians got vaccinated.
He's the second least vaccinated country on the continent.
We were not against vaccines, but we said let it be optional. Let everybody decide for themselves. We are not sheep that do whatever the government says us to do.
And you have had a low vaccination rate. Have you had high incidence of COVID as a result?
No.
Surprise, surprise.
Erați demonstrandum. I know in Italy the situation was very hard. They imposed a super green pass. To buy something in the shop, you had to have a super green pass. It's incredible. We have doctors from Romania that work in Italy, and they had to quit their job. They returned back home in Romania because they didn't want to get vaccinated. This all was a lie. We were the only party in Romania that opposed the super green pass and the green pass and the restrictions, and turns out that we were right. We organized a big protest, practically closing all the entries in the Romanian parliament. And we have a big parliament. We have the second largest building in the world after the Pentagon. So we were lucky because our citizens stood with us, and we fought in the parliament, they fought in the streets. We had voices in the Romanian media that opposed this, compared to what I considered a few years ago the free world, the United States, Canada, and France, Germany, Italy. I would say in Romania we had quite a good resistance to dictatorship, to medical dictatorship. Freedom of speech is the most important thing. In Romania, over 1,000 people died in the revolution in 1899 for the freedom of speech, for saying what you want. And for example, in COVID pandemics, everybody tried to shut us up, not to speak and not to put questions. Nobody in Romania really trusts the government. We were under a totalitarian regime. We know that the government doesn't want good for the people, and we were skeptical when we saw they are keeping the people inside. And we were the only force that said, hey, do you have a brain? Why do we repeat identical measures that are not working in the States, that are not working in Italy? Why are we stopping? Why are we keeping everybody inside? Just if we have a brain, let's use it. And we started making protests. Everybody started saying we are criminals, that we kill people. No, they killed the people through their measures in the hospitals, panicking people. We had the inventor of mRNA vaccines who said this is not the way to go. But in the part of the freedom of speech of the free world, the United States, these people were censored. Why? Where is the freedom to speak? Where is the freedom to have a rally, to protest? You don't have it anymore. We managed to make our voices heard through the social networks in Romania, and we managed to save the Romanian people from being basically raped. Nobody can decide for us except God. And because there was a gap in the political scene in Romania, we were so successful, even if no commercial TV station invited us to speak about our platforms, about our ideology. We went online on social network, back then on Facebook, now on Facebook and TikTok. And the fight for freedom is continuously, even if people die to get freedom of vote and freedom of speech. Now in 2024, 40 years after, we still have this struggle to keep the freedom. For example, in Romania, they are trying to stop free elections, and they are trying to organize some kind of rigged elections to remain in power 10 more years. Now we struggle against corruption, against poverty, from many ways. We are like a country in Africa. We are being robbed of our resources by German companies, by French companies, by Dutch companies, and we are treated like second-class citizens in Europe. People are fed up with neo-Marxist woke cancel culture theories, this transhumanism idea that is creating chaos all over the free world. is well known to us, to the Romanian people, because we passed through totalitarianism, we passed through communism, we saw how bad are the Marxist ideas. Now they took it to the next level. They are trying to impose the change by telling to our children that it is all right to change your biological sex at a very young age. We don't want for the Romanian people what is happening in the States and in other countries. Romanian citizens in Italy, in Spain, and everywhere in the world, from many points of view, are model citizens. We are trying to fight for a future in which we are respected and we respect other nations. Cam atâtea filmări pentru o zi. Merg la culcare că mâine e o zi și mai importantă. Am discursul aici pe scenă și colegii mei la fel. Nu uitați să vă abonați la canalul nostru de YouTube și nu uitați să distribuiți și venim acasă să câștigăm alegerile. Se poate. Vă îmbrățișez.